then that's been like my big
Yeah.
plea, is that we have to stop looking at our taking care of our health the way we did 40 years ago, because the environment has changed.
Mhm.
And like, let's use the virus, for example. Why is this virus so virulent? What has happened to the
Right.
human body that it is able to spread like this?
I know. And why is it taking over the human body? You know,
That's
the
right.
human body isn't really being able to fight it off. You're right. It's because we're toxic,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like
So
organs are toxic, and we we have a chemical warfare going on in our body.
absolutely. And then a virus comes to town, and our body's like, hello, we can't do this. And like, we're over here, like, trying to deal with what you've already given us. And
Yeah.
now you want me to fight a virus? So yeah, absolutely agree. And I think in terms of, like, as you were talking about your husband's story, I think in terms of like a toxic bucket.
Yeah.
So I think what's happened is that we're all born with a different size bucket.
Yeah.
So our genetics determine how many toxins we can handle,
Yeah.
which is why you can take one person and they can say, oh, I eat meat and ice cream all the time, and or my grandpa did, and he lived to 100. And then we take your husband, who dies at 45, eating that. What was the difference?
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's our ability to handle these toxins, and then how many toxins there are.
Right. Absolutely. I totally agree
So
with that. I mean, I'm really on that bandwagon now too, just like you. I just ditto what you say. I mean, I think that the way, inflammation is caused by toxins. I mean,
yeah,
cellular toxicity, or, organs are toxic. They can't excrete toxins or heavy metals or any of the chemicals out of the body because they're so toxic. They're full of bacteria and viruses.
yeah,
And there's no way we're going to get better unless we go to the root
yeah,
of what the issue is. And the root
agreed.
and the issue is exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
that's
And
where inflammation starts, right?
yep, totally agree. And my prayer for this moment in human history is that, while everybody's waiting for the vaccine to show up, which I don't think is going to show up, I don't think they're going to find a safe way. I hope that, because it takes so long to prove it, and they've tried to find one before. But while we're waiting for medicine to save us, and it's not saving us, we need to maybe look at ourselves and look within and go, okay, medicine is not going to save me in this moment. So how about I save myself?
Right.
And
Right.
I hope that gets
Yeah,
born out of this moment.
I
I
know.
really hope so. So
I agree. I agree. I'm hoping that too. I just feel like it's such an opportunity,
such an
a
opportunity.
huge opportunity to, like,
Yep.
I mean, there's so many, wellness has expanded so much, and there's
Yep.
so many incredible players out there that are singing the same tune, that are talking the same way.
Yep.
And
Agreed.
also all these stories of people healing
Yep.
and getting better,
Yep.
so a lot of times with the medical medium, a lot of people are like, well, he's not based in science, so poo poo it, but he's result based.
Yeah. Right. Oh, thank you.
He's
Yes.
healing people.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
these
Yep.
drugs aren't healing people.
Yep.
So
So this is what I say all the time on my YouTube channel. I say, okay, here, I'm bringing you the science. And then sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to bring you the evidence of what
yeah,
I'm seeing. And we've gotten so focused on the science must teach, but sometimes the darn evidence is more powerful than what a controlled research study is going to show you.
totally,
So,
totally. I know.
so one question I have for you, and like a common theme that I see in your story, is that you were a stress case. Your husband was a stress case. So I'm kind of curious how you deal with stress now. Do you make stress management a priority?
Yes, I'm still a little bit of a stress case, I hate to say.
Yeah,
I think I will have to, like, deal with that the rest of my life.
yeah,
I was kind of brought up that way. It was a fight or flight mode in my house. Everything was kind of like, oh my God, that type of. So it's hard for me, but it's a constant work in progress, and I'm a big meditator. So I do meditate almost every morning. I reconnect myself. I use apps like Unplug or just Calm. I mean, I'm constantly trying to, like, slow down my brain, get my breathing back in check. I'm a big journaler, so I do write down my stresses, my anxieties, my fears, to get them off of and out of my body, because I know they circulate like crazy with me. So I just, and I just write intentions and for the day. I mean, I take 30 minutes in the morning and just kind of, like, get to know myself again.
hmm
That's huge. And
okay,
throughout the day, I kind of constantly have to get myself back,
yeah,
because I can easily go off into the sky in terms of floating around, because there's so much I want to do. I mean, I just turned 60 and I never felt
Wow.
better in my life.
Oh my God, you don't look 60.
I mean, I feel better than I did at 30.
That's amazing.
So there's so much I want to do, so much I do. The stress is a big thing. I journal at night before I go to bed. I write down 3 things I'm grateful for, because that kind of helps with my more pleasant sleep. And I do a lot of exercise, a lot of yoga. I do walk, and I just try to really focus on, because I know stress is what's going to compromise my immune system again.
Right.
And sleep is huge. So I really do get 8 hours of sleep, and then I just and then I eat super healthy. But
right. Well, and I think what I've seen with a lot of people who go through the cancer journey is that they go, okay, well, maybe I need to start eating better. Maybe, I mean, we have a whole fasting movement in our resetter world. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, maybe I should start fasting.
right.
But it's the stress piece that doesn't get enough credit. And it is that missing link, which is why I think it's so interesting in both of your stories. It was so apparent.
Yeah, it was so apparent. And as life went on with the Hashimoto's and the hyperthyroidism, and then I got celiac, and I got all kinds of health issues after the cancer. And it was from the stress, and still today I deal with a lot of clients, and I could say that I, really do try to manage my stress, but I'm still stressed, because it doesn't mean it has to be something hardcore like a deadline, but I'm a little stressed at what the future holds, and what does my new norm look like?
Right.
It's still, or like sometimes I have to gear myself up for things that I kind of get the adrenaline pumping, and that's stress, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just little things that stress us out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that scares me today with this next generation. They don't even know what lack of stress is.
No.
They don't know what boredom is. They don't know what downtime is, right? So
yep. Yeah. No, and again, back to the younger generation, I think we think we have a problem with this virus, but we have a chronic disease problem that needs to be addressed as well. So